The truth about the wine, about French wine, or how to free the soul of wine after years of restriction and unjustified pressure. Hello, welcome to this video. Here I share precious information that you will not find in the wine magazines since years. So please like, share and subscribe. Dear wine grower, dear wine and spirit premium professional, welcome. I was writing this morning an email to a French wine grower, and through it was useful for me to share, I think, this message publicly and worldwide, because now a soft revolution is starting in France, and it's like, for me, and perhaps you can share it because it's precious information for the wine community, and solidarity is crucial among us in this special time. So what I wrote Ideva here, we are helping to free the soul of our wine after too many years of restriction and pressures, and for all sides, and perhaps it was happening in France, this pressure, but perhaps too in your country. Clearly, for decades, wine have been unfairly attacked by public authority, and the legislation forced, with some law, to put wine and cigarette in the same basket. Why? With all the study abroad, which shows that a regular and reasonable consumption of wine is good for health, what we call the French paradox, why are all these studies muzzled in France and perhaps too in your country? Why the aids for viticulture always go in the sense of uprooting and distillation in Europe? Why? This is really a question now. Why are there so many inter-profession wine unions, if not to divide and to disperse our effort? Why in 50 years we never had an international wine office to concentrate effort efficiently in the defense of good wine, its quality and its producer worldwide? Why have the markets concentrate around big businesses, cooperative and mass market brands, driving down prices and slinging shot payment? Why do mass markets sales system encourage questionable retro commission, irregularity, unfair competition and corruption? And here I'm not talking about the 3,000 formula circuit to enter certain shop in France. Oops, it said so. Why should we put a logo, for example, forbidden for pregnant women on wine bottle, when in parallel in France now a law in 2020 in France authorized mother to kill their baby alive up to 9 months? Why? At some point it's time to wake up, and France is a big land for wine. It's not the only one, but it's really part of its core identity. And identity is a divine part of every living thing. In a global plan to destroy the French country, it makes sense to some bad people to have patiently, sneakily attacked wine by unfairly impoverished wine producer. Here, if you are awake enough to hear my word, I allow myself to be very direct, and I wish it's okay for you. If not, you are free. We are adult here. You are free to do something else, and here we are without any mask. And you who are perhaps in full harvest in the North Hemisphere, you who give everything to your land and to your passion for your wine, I want really to draw your attention now to a simple rules of life, which I learned personally in pain. It is that when an innocent person is attacked, it means that he is not exploiting his full potential. And the really question now for wine grower is, how long will we wait in the wine business to develop our full potential. It is as if the wine people have let themselves be manipulated and made to feel guilty about doing their job since years, and suddenly had been cut off from their primary force, from their legitimacy to create wine in the nobility, because wine is a nobility of agriculture. The wine grower and his family were born to experience abundance in what is most enjoyable: generous land, flourishing family, transmission of intergenerational know-how, food and wine pairing with incredible refinement, because on a vineyard you can have years of and century of history about that. And in this kind of situation, just running out of funding, it is the signal that something is wrong and need to be fixed now. When I wrote this morning this email to this French wine grower, her name is Cyril, I was writing that depending on your situation and your constraint, we can help you with event to boost your sale. First, by easily find and convince new importer without having to do wine show, and two, to sell your wines online in your country and on export market, direct to customers without any intermediary, and so with more margin. And well, while writing, I called her from here saying to me, "It's too good to be true, I cannot believe you," because I heard that a lot. And because that is the problem, the really profound problem, when you cannot even imagine that it is possible to get out of it well in 2020, in 2021, you have not the power to change, to move forward to the abundance, to live freely with pleasure and success your work in the wine business. When you decide to stop suffering, you are able to find the force in yourself to change what needs to be changed, and simply start taking the good action that go to the direction of your release. Because by freeing yourself from the toxic hole that, for example, European political sanitary environment has placed on wine and on the market for years, you will free your wine, and you too will help free the soul of all wines. And to be completely straightforward, you will even help to free your country wine story in what is as most beautiful and timeless. And observe also now what happened with the political health crisis of COVID-19. It is the same operating mode, really, that what we had in wine since years. We had some studies on the benefit of wine, as we had the studies on the usefulness of chloroquine, for example. We censor the communication of wine champagnes that celebrate life, as we censor, for example, in France, the French doctor Raoul on Facebook. And we close bar in Marseille at 11 p.m. in south of France, imagine. We impose the mask as we impose the pregnant woman logo by the law to muzzle the world of wine on each bottle. And I let you react to it because I'm only opening the subject here and you can react in the comment section. What I am saying here that a majority of us are thinking and whisper it without daring to express it publicly. But it's time to free word around wine and to release freely our speech. The ongoing abuse of power is a gaining side of the next defeat of it. And to act efficiently, avoid to go to long union meeting. Take action to free your wine grower speech now. Take action, for example, in our club to boost your sales and regain financial financial abundance. A successful wine grower, a happy professional, is inspiring and is the best example to follow. When you want to explain to me your commercial situation in your country with its specificity and on your export market, so we can see how to come out positively of what is difficult now. I put here the link to 4 free meetings in my agenda. It will go very quick, so take action now. I cannot help everybody. Here it's the link and also in the description. These free meetings are focused on your current wine business situation, and the free access is only here. Jingle. Still here, thank you. It's really a soft revolution is underway, and also on the internet, also in the world of wine. And when you are tired of being muzzled for all this year, even without a mask, take action. Take action when? Take action now. Make an appointment to secure your action plan. It's always useful to share about your situation, and really share also this video with a wine grower friend. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Please, if it's not yet done, subscribe to this channel, because the new wine economy is now expressed freely on the internet and also in the real life. And the phenomenon of freedom of identity is now global. So here I have put also a really exceptional discount to access our club for those affected by climatic catastrophes. The year 2020 is difficult for some wine growers who have been hailed, frozen or burned in Australia. And on the occasion of this harvest time in the Northern Hemisphere, I would like to offer this exceptional discount to those who have been affected. And when this affects you, it's really an opportunity to change your world and to change your business model. And all the tools we are developing in our club help to do that. So really contact me, we can help, and it's perhaps the best moment for you to turn a negative event in something very positive for the following year. Welcome to the new wine economy, and free your wine soul. Cheers.